Hi you guys, welcome here to this space. So we have some messages coming through for you that are pretty deep, I want to say, pretty significant. And they're especially in regards to nurturing yourself right now. Also putting what you've learned into practice, taking what you've learned, whether it's spiritual knowledge about how to care for yourself, how to implement boundaries, psychological information from a therapist, like whatever your life lessons or whatever you've been learning here, it's like taking it and applying it on yourself, using this on yourself in a sense, nurturing and taking care of you, providing for yourself this stable position, this stable place, this nest, whatever it is for you, doing the best with what you have. Of course, it's not to put you under pressure, but it's like caring for yourself, honoring what you're learning by implementing it with you and caring for you. I also feel like they're telling you to balance here your alone time. When you are alone, it's a very good opportunity for you to work with and focus on what obstacles, what challenges, what interference are you facing right now? What is hard? What is, tricky for you? Throat chakra is very tight. I've had several readings before this, no throat chakra movement. So for who I'm reading for, there's a lot of painful kind of suppressed, repressed emotion coming through in the throat chakra that's so strong. It's like when you choke back emotions and it like really squeezes and restricts your throat. So especially it's coming through for this portion about being in solitude, being alone, and dealing with some of these harder energies, these energies where we feel like the path is broken, or like, how do we get through this? How do we feel overwhelmed or stressed? You don't need to overexpose yourself to dealing with this, but we do need to deal with it. Specifically, I'm getting in increments. Okay, so we do need to deal with that sometimes. I do feel as well, there's a lot of fives here. Also, you've got 5 here. Oh no, sorry, that's 6. My bad. But you've got these 5s here. I was feeling like there was more 5s for some reason. So intuitively, going with all these 5s, it does speak to a lot of changes. The throat chakra. It's wild. It's like wanting to cry, and it's like until we cry, it doesn't, or until we say the thing and cry, it doesn't go, in a sense. It's very strong. I think also there's another message. Some people around you are at capacity right now, okay? You might be at capacity, but they also might be at capacity. Capacity meaning it's not personal. They just can't right now. This is up to you right now to deal with in your own way, in a sense, okay? It doesn't mean we can't help each other, but there's some times when we have to get the validation from ourselves in a way, or somebody, in a sense can only do so much. It's that kind of energy. So now this third eye chakra too, the way that it came out, it makes it feel like the vision is a bit blocked at the moment, or we're not seeing something, but I don't feel like it's because the vision isn't there or that you can't see. The opposite, I feel like the vision is there, like you can see, but for some reason maybe we aren't looking, or we don't want to see. It could be something like this, like there's just something where we're not, So let me see. I don't have my stand with me. I'm at my grandma's, but right, so this could be, wow, this could be why the vision feels like it's blocked, because again, it's not that it's not here, but we could be, what is in our mind and what is intuition, what is in our mind and what is our vision, what do I do, logic, heart, head, heart, this way, that way, that mental, that what way do I go, that kind of energy. the key, the answer is going to be, again, applying that self-nurturing behavior, self-nurturing energy. It's going to be nourishing ourselves here. That's really the solution. That's really the answer. And giving ourselves a safe, stable space, nest to do this. God, the throat is so tight. Can you give us something about why the throat is so tight, please? Actually, wait. Do this. I feel like there's this energy of being let down going on here. And something's just really trying to come up. It's trying to come up. I also feel like you've had to be so strong here. And it's like you've needed more support at times than you've been given. And that's part of this. That's part of why this is so complex and so, not complex, but so daunting sometimes to go and be by ourselves and look at these challenges or obstacles, because we've already had to do so much in a way with ourselves. Standing your ground. You are, again, getting some kind of clarity, and your visions are coming to light here. I feel like you need to trust that that's going to happen, that you need to trust that everything is going to become clear and everything is going to work out. And again, standing your ground, it feels like needing to, I've learned this, I'm implementing this, like this resonates for me, this system makes sense for me, or this knowledge makes sense, this is the way I need to take care of myself. You might not agree, but this is what I need to do, so I'm going to go do it. Regardless of what anybody says, you know, or this doesn't feel right for me, or I feel confused and I need to wait, and I'm going to go do that, I'm going to wait. Or I'm not going to move forwards with you because I'm confused. I'm not going to get into this partnership right now because I'm confused about that, or I don't feel right about it yet. Not that I'm not interested, but you know, it's like creating a boundary, standing your ground in that sense. And it's also keeping the faith. I feel like it's also allowing your passion to shine, you know, allowing your passion to lead you forwards regardless of what anybody says here. Can you give us a little more about this partnership and alliances, please, and thank you. This feels like a partnership that wants to turn into more that you don't expect. Left field. Okay? You don't expect this. That's what it feels like. Once you see you, you will be seen. It's also that energy, right? It's that self-validation, that spiritual victory and success. It's being recognized, being seen, but like by you. This is exactly what ushers in, what calls in, what brings in the next level, the love union. But you guys, for who I'm reading for, this is again coming out of left field. This could be somebody you work with, or a partner, like acquaintances with, or like you partnerships and alliances, somebody that you don't feel you're connecting to romantically. And all of a sudden, like when you see you, when you bring yourself up and out and you like, oh my God, I did it. Like you get to the other side here of this, which has a lot to do with communication, self-realization, you know, honoring yourself, getting those emotions out, nurturing self, all that, owning your vision, clarifying the vision, all that stuff and more, much, 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 much more. But it's like when you do this, all of a sudden, not only do you see you, but you see around you what you haven't seen, right? Because you're seeing in a new way, in a new light, in a sense. And what you're going to see is somebody here that you were thinking, no, it's a yes, they are the one, in a sense, okay? I don't want to say the one, but it feels like they are the one, you know? But you didn't see it before. They could literally have, I'm really noticing these markings, okay? They could literally have some kind of tattoo, or like even like a tribal type of tattoo markings, even like scarring or something. I also feel like you offer each other a lot. You could offer them some sort of a spiritual awareness or healing to their soul, to their spirit. They could have ailments or sick of spirit somehow. They could offer you the communication from the heart that help with that block somehow too. But again, this isn't about them so much. They're around, but it's not necessarily about them. I feel like they're already here. You already know, like, this person's already here. But you don't see, you try to see it all you want. Think about, who is it? Who could it be? Is it them? Is that? It won't work. That's not going to be the way. The only way is to go in your journey and get your, I see myself, I validate myself, I am triumphant, I've gotten through this, like, I honored me, like, I got to the next, he got to the other side. And it does ask you to be alone sometimes, okay? In a different way. You're like, I'm all, no, like, to really, really sit there and be alone, reflecting purposely on this at a new level than you have before. It could almost be like devoting yourself more maybe to some kind of calling with like a spiritual practice or an internal practice or reflection. But that's really when you see this. Wow, that's pretty massive. Okay, anything else here? Movement, choices, decisions. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, temptation. Choose the heart. It's very rare, like, we're going to tell you what to do. We give advice and stuff, but I feel like you have to decide for yourself. Choose the heart. Don't choose the gold. Don't choose lust. Don't choose the mind, choose the heart. Okay. Through the heart, all will be one, all will be made equal. This is like, all of it's love in a way, and I know there's a strong pull towards love here. I feel it. I feel like love, love, love. But the heart, it's like like all doors are behind the heart. The love, the money, the mind, the creativity, even, like, all that's behind the heart here. And with temptation on the bottom of the deck, the devil. Temptation is like the gatekeeper to your completion here, to your changes that you've been wanting, that you've been working on so freaking, I'm getting effervescently, fervently, forever. What is the temptation? What is your temptation? Money, love, it's not that those are bad or wrong, they're not. But the temptation is trying to go for the material thing first, when we always need to go for the energetic thing first. The material comes later, comes after, it manifests with the energy, comes second. Energy comes first. This is also everything that is rooted in the base chakra, that kind of primal desire, all of that, which, again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that for who we're reading for, because there's definitely not. Okay, and life is life. You got to experience it. For who you're reading for, it's like you've been trying to get somewhere here, you know? And it's like, are you going to let yourself get somewhere finally? Or are we going to keep going back here to square one? Anything else on what this temptation is? Please and thank you. Validation from external sources, from the world, society, money, status. You know, some of you could be like, yeah, but I need to get that first, and then, you know, no. Or I want to experience that, and then maybe later I can, you know, go into, you're ready now to go into the spiritual side of this, and it will come. It will come with the spirit. It will. And also, this wants to remind you, you don't need to reject or cast out something here. You don't need to, you know, say, oh, this is wrong or bad. Actually, it's almost the opposite. We almost want to take this and look at it and break it down, because part of us, it's like, no, let's not break this down. Let's just do this. No, let's break this down. Why? Why do you want to go this way, really? What is at the root of that? If you keep going deeper, deeper, deeper into that root, it becomes freaking spiritual, and you really can't avoid that side of it. It is time to, I don't want to say stop feeding or fueling your shadow, because it's a part of you, but it's like handing this over to the light, to the sun, to the truth, to the authenticity here within you. And some things here, they're not authentic. Okay, can we get a little bit more specific? Is it possible? I just want to make sure that this is really coming off like specific. I'm getting that, and then I'm also getting this. I feel like you could be entertaining deception and envy. I feel like your guides are working to keep you away from this, though. I'm going to do one more pull. I'm going to pause to shuffle and do the pull. Okay, for some of you, you need to speak about the father wound. You need to speak about the masculine wound. Okay, this could be writing, speaking, therapy, art, singing, vocalization, screaming, communicating with yourself, whatever. There's so many different ways, but it is getting the truth out about some kind, digging for the truth, because some of us don't even know it, about a masculine wound, about a father wound here. Okay, this could even be linked to some of the deception, the envy in your life. This could also set you on a highway right after, because it gives you some kind of power and integration, especially because I feel some of you have worked a bit maybe with the mother energy or that feminine. I'm not saying we won't need to go back and revisit these, but there's something about the masculine, even if it's not father, it can also just be a significant masculine in the life that wants to be communicated. This is like a very significant message. Especially, this could be like a broken home or instability, not feeling taken care of. And that is a part of this. Some of that material pursuit or temptation is actually connected to this wound, the masculine wound here. Masculinity can have to do with, especially support. I'm getting a lot about support. It can also have to do with repression of communication here. You could see how these Gemini energy, it's like it's separate, you know, and he's standing here in the middle, like glorifying the logic, and the communication is broken back here. Also, again, your angels, your guides, your helpers, they're really helping you, protect you from people around you that don't mean you well, communities that don't fit you, okay? Really looking out for you. A lot of divine timing here as well for you to come into a more joyous part of life, or to come into a better community, or more joyful community. Okay. Is there anything else here? Again, you've got new love coming in, right beyond the death of this old way. You've got new love. Right when you see yourself and feel that contentment of seeing yourself. All the same cards that we already have. So it's just confirming it, basically. It's not just learning to be all right alone, or learning to be okay single, or learning to be content with yourself. and being like, I have been, but I just really want love. Like, it's not about that. It's an internal shift that you can't fake, or you can't put into words, or that you can't lie to yourself about. That is very real. It's very real. It doesn't want to be bound by temptation or earthly matters. It doesn't want to be. Okay, this is a strong ego death as well. It's a strong death as well of situations that replicate that stability you never had, or that stability that fell apart, or that masculine wound. They replicate that by caging you. It's a high price you pay. It's like credit, you know? It's like credit with 28% interest. It's like, yeah, you get the money right then, but you pay a lot more back later, especially over time. And it's that exact energy. It's like, yeah, you get a taste of what you didn't have externally, but you pay a high price for it, a lot more for it. And there's another way, which is literally healing inside here and validating the self in a whole new level. So you guys, I'm going to leave it there. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. As you know, the information is below. Also, this is the Neon Tarot. I should have said that earlier, by Dark Forest. And that is the Psychic Tarot, the first deck that we used, by John Holland. All right. Much love to you all. Thank you for being here.